Hey Cancer, I just sat down with my tarot deck because I felt this incredible energy shift coming your way, and honestly, I had to pull cards immediately. Something massive is happening in your energy field, and the universe has been working behind the scenes, orchestrating things you cannot even imagine yet. I'm getting chills just shuffling these cards because the divine is literally intercepting on your behalf right now. So I want you to take a deep breath with me because what I'm about to share is going to show you exactly why everything had to happen the way it did and why you're literally minutes away from a total transformation that's going to change everything. The cards are showing me this complete 180-degree turn in your reality, and I need you to understand that divine timing has been protecting you this entire time. Let me pull the first card here, and oh my goodness, Cancer, I just got the Ten of Swords. Now, before you panic, let me tell you why this card appearing right now is actually the best possible news. This card is showing me that you have been through an absolute ending. Something in your life came to a complete halt, and it probably felt like the worst betrayal or the most painful closure you've experienced in a very long time. I'm seeing that you felt backstabbed, defeated, like you hit rock bottom and couldn't go any lower. But here's what the universe wants you to understand. The Ten of Swords doesn't just represent an ending, it represents the ending. This is the final death of an old cycle that was never meant to continue. You've been carrying something heavy, Cancer, and divine power had to intervene to remove it from your path because you were too loyal, too committed, too loving to let it go yourself. So the universe made the decision for you. What I'm seeing here is that this painful ending was actually divine protection. You were investing your beautiful Cancer energy into something that was draining you, blocking you, keeping you stuck in a pattern that was beneath your destiny. And I know it hurt. I know you felt like you lost something important. But what you actually lost was dead weight that was preventing you from rising to where you're truly meant to. The Ten of Swords is telling me that this cycle is complete, done, finished, over. You're not going back there. You're not repeating that pattern. The universe has closed that door permanently and sealed it shut because what's coming next requires you to be completely free from what was holding you down. This wasn't failure, Cancer. This was divine intervention removing obstacles from your path to success. And here's the powerful part. When the Ten of Swords appears, it means the worst is behind you. You've survived the hardest part. You're still here. You're still standing. And now the only direction available to you is uppy. The divine has been watching you endure this painful ending, and now they're ready to show you why it had to happen this. Wait at moving to the second card, and I'm pulling the Three of Swords. Cancer, I need you to hear this carefully. This card is showing me heartbreak that cut deep. Real emotional pain that affected your core. I'm seeing tears, grief, feeling misunderstood or hurt by people you trusted. This could be related to love, friendship, family situations, or even career disappointments where you felt emotionally wounded. The Three of Swords represents a painful truth that came to light. Maybe you discovered something that shattered your perception of a person or situation. Maybe you experienced rejection or separation that broke your heart. Maybe you realized that someone you loved or trusted wasn't who you thought they were. This card shows me that you've been processing genuine grief, Cancer, and I want to acknowledge that what you felt was real and valid. But the reason this card is appearing in a reading about your total improvement is profound. The Three of Swords had to pierce through illusions you were holding on to. Sometimes we love people or situations so much that we ignore red flags, overlook problems, or stay in denial about what's really happening. Our heart wants so badly to believe in something that our rational mind gets overridden. The universe sent this heartbreak as a wake-up call. I know that sounds harsh, but stay with me. You needed to see the truth clearly so you could make different choices moving forward. The pain you experienced was the breaking open of old patterns, false beliefs, and unhealthy attachments that were keeping you trapped in limitation. What the divine wants you to know is that this heartbreak was actually your heart breaking free. Free from illusion. Free from settling. Free from giving your precious energy to people and situations that didn't deserve it. Your heart had to break so it could break open to receive what's truly meant for you. I'm also seeing that this Three of Swords represents the end of you betraying yourself. How many times did you ignore your intuition to keep peace? How many times did you silence your needs to accommodate others? How many times did you talk yourself out of what you really wanted because you were afraid or trying to be practical? That's the real heartbreak the universe is healing now. The divine is showing me that you've been crying tears that needed to be cried. You've been feeling feelings that needed to be felt. And now you're being emptied out so you can be filled up with something infinitely better. This heartbreak was your initiation into a more authentic version of yourself who won't accept less than you deserve ever again. Now I'm pulling the third card, and Cancer, this is where the energy completely shifts. I just got the Eight of Pentacles, and this is where your total improvement begins to take physical form. This card is showing me dedication, skill building, mastery, and consistent effort that's about to pay off in massive ways. The Eight of Pentacles represents you putting in the work behind the scenes. Even through your pain, even through your heartbreak, you kept showing up. You kept developing yourself. You kept building something valuable, whether that's your skills, your craft, your knowledge, your business, or your personal growth. The universe has been watching every single effort you've made when nobody was looking. What I'm seeing here is that you've been in a period of apprenticeship or training without even fully realizing it. You've been learning lessons, developing resilience, gaining wisdom, and building capacities you didn't have before. Every challenge you faced was actually teaching you something essential that you're going to need for the next level of your life. The Eight of Pentacles is telling me that your dedication is about to be rewarded. All those hours of work, all that energy you invested in yourself, all those times you chose to improve instead of giving up, the universe has been keeping track. Divine power has been watching you commit to your growth, and now you're about to see tangible results manifest in your physical reality. I'm also seeing that you're developing true mastery in something. This could be a skill, a talent, a way of being, or a career path where you're becoming genuinely excellent. You're not dabbling anymore, Cancer. You're becoming an expert. You're honing your craft. And the universe is about to open doors for you to showcase what you've developed and get properly compensated for your value. What makes this so powerful is that the Eight of Pentacles appears after the Ten of Swords and Three of Swords.
Do you see the story here?
You experienced painful endings and heartbreak that forced you to redirect your energy into yourself. Instead of pouring into what wasn't working, you started investing in your own development. Instead of chasing what was leaving, you started building what was staying. Your capabilities, your worth, your future. The divine orchestrated your pain to redirect you toward your purpose. What felt like loss was actually divine course correction steering you toward the work you're meant to be doing in this world. And now that work is about to bring you success that validates every single struggle. You've been through fourth. Card coming through, and I just pulled the Eight of Cups. Now this is fascinating because this card shows me walking away from something that no longer serves you. But the way it's appearing in this reading tells me this is about to happen or is currently happening in a powerful way that supports your total transformation. The Eight of Cups represents emotional maturity and spiritual growth, where you recognize that just because you invested in something doesn't mean you have to stay. Just because something was important to you once doesn't mean it needs to remain in your life forever. This card is about having the courage to leave behind what's no longer aligned with who you're becoming. I'm seeing that you're in the process of releasing attachments that kept you small. Maybe it's relationships where you've outgrown the dynamic. Maybe it's environments that no longer reflect your values. Maybe it's beliefs about yourself that are outdated and limiting. Maybe it's material pursuits that don't feed your soul. The Eight of Cups is showing me that you're ready to walk away from the familiar shore and journey into unknown territory where your real fulfillment lives. What's beautiful about this card is that it requires faith. You're being asked to leave something tangible behind to pursue something you can feel but can't yet see. The universe is calling you toward a higher expression of your life, but you have to be willing to release your grip on what's comfortable and known. This is where divine power is supporting you because you're not walking this path alone. The Eight of Cups is telling me that some doors are closing behind you right now, and you might feel sad about that. You might feel uncertain about what's next. You might be questioning if you're making the right choice. But Cancer, trust this. What you're walking away from cannot go where you're going. The new level of your life cannot accommodate the old patterns, people, and situations that defined your past. I'm also seeing that this journey you're taking is deeply personal and internal. Other people might not understand why you're making changes. They might question your decisions or try to convince you to stay where you are, but your soul knows what it needs. Your intuition is guiding you toward alignment, and the divine is creating the circumstances that make it possible for you to follow your true path, even when it doesn't make logical sense. The Eight of Cups, after the Eight of Pentacles, is showing me that as you develop mastery and recognize your worth, you naturally start to walk away from situations that don't honor that worth. You can't stay in mediocre circumstances once you know you're capable of excellence. You can't accept crumbs once you know you deserve the whole feast. This is spiritual maturity in action. Fifth card now, and I'm getting the Six of Cups. Oh, Cancer. This is touching my heart because this card represents innocence, healing, nostalgia, and the return of joy. After all the pain and necessary endings, the universe is bringing you back to a state of pure happiness and childlike wonder about life. The Six of Cups is showing me that you're reconnecting with parts of yourself that got buried under adult responsibilities and painful experiences. There's a playfulness returning to your spirit. There's a hopefulness about the future that you haven't felt in years. You're remembering what it feels like to dream without fear, to love without protection, to explore without knowing the outcome. I'm seeing that this card represents healing your inner child. All the wounds from your past, all the times you felt disappointed or let down, all the moments where your trust was broken, these are being soothed by divine grace. You're being given a second chance to experience life through eyes of wonder, instead of through the lens of your trauma. The Six of Cups can also indicate reconnections with people from your past or the return of opportunities you thought were gone forever. But more importantly, it represents the return of your faith and goodness. You're starting to believe again that beautiful things can happen. You're opening your heart again to possibility. You're allowing yourself to hope again without immediately bracing for disappointment. What I find powerful is that the Six of Cups appears after the Eight of Cups. You had to walk away from what was hurting you before. You could return to what makes you happy. You had to release the toxic before you could embrace the nourishing. The universe is showing me that as you make space by letting go, that space gets filled with sweetness, memories of better times, and the rekindling of innocent joy. This card is also about forgiveness. Forgiving others who hurt you. Forgiving yourself for past choices. Releasing resentment and bitterness that hardens your heart. The Six of Cups says that when you forgive, you free yourself to receive love and goodness again. You're not forgetting what happened. You're not saying it was okay. You're simply refusing to let the past poison your future. Cancer. The divine is healing your ability to trust. Not naively, but wisely. You're learning to trust yourself first. Trust your intuition. Trust your worth. Trust your resilience. And from that foundation of self-trust, you can engage with life and people in healthier ways that protect your peace while remaining open to connection and beauty. Now, for the sixth card, and this is where everything gets exciting because I just pulled the Ten of Pentacles. Cancer, do you understand what this means? After the Ten of Swords showed the complete ending of an old cycle, now we have the Ten of Pentacles showing the complete fulfillment of a new cycle. This is the universe saying your total improvement culminates in abundance, legacy, wealth, and generational success. The Ten of Pentacles represents ultimate material and emotional security. This is the card of having everything. Financial stability, family harmony, career success, property and assets, lasting wealth that provides for you and your loved ones. This isn't just getting by, Cancer. This is thriving at the highest level. I'm seeing that all the work you've been doing, all the growth you've been experiencing, all the painful transformations you've endured, they're leading you to a place of true prosperity. The universe is building you a foundation so solid that nothing can shake it. You're being positioned for success that lasts, that grows, that benefits not just you but everyone connected to you. The Ten of Pentacles is showing me completion. You're finishing a major karmic cycle and graduating to a completely different level of existence. What you struggled with before won't be struggles anymore. What you worried about before won't concern you. What you lacked before will be abundantly provided. This is divine compensation for everything you've been through. I'm also seeing legacy here. You're not just building something for today. You're creating something that outlasts you. Whether that's a business that grows, a family you nurture, creative work that impacts people, or wisdom you share, what you're building now has staying power. The divine has given you the vision and the resources to create something meaningful that serves beyond your own lifetime. What makes this Ten of Pentacles so powerful in your reading is that it represents the physical manifestation of divine promises. You've been having faith. You've been trusting the process. You've been believing that better days were coming, and now the universe is saying, yes, those better days are here. What you hoped for is becoming real. What you prayed for is being delivered. The Ten of Pentacles after the Six of Cups shows me that as you heal your heart and reconnect with joy, you open the channels for prosperity to flow. Abundance comes to those who are emotionally free, Cancer. When you release bitterness and embrace happiness, you magnetize blessings. The universe cannot fill hands that are clenched tight around old pain. But the moment you open your hands to receive, prosperity pours in. Seventh card now, and I'm pulling Judgment. Cancer, this is massive. Judgment is about awakening, rebirth, and divine calling. This card appears when you're being summoned to a higher purpose and given the clarity to answer that call. Everything in your life is being evaluated from a spiritual perspective, and you're being positioned exactly where you need to be for your soul's evolution. Judgment represents a reckoning. All the choices you've made, all the lessons you've learned, all the growth you've experienced, it's all coming together in a moment of profound clarity. You're seeing your life from a higher vantage point and understanding why everything happened the way it did. The puzzle pieces are arranging themselves into a picture that finally makes sense. I'm seeing that you're experiencing a spiritual awakening right now. Your consciousness is expanding. Your awareness is deepening. You're connecting with divine truth in ways that transform how you see yourself and your path. The veil is lifting and you're receiving downloads of insight that guide your next moves with supernatural precision. Judgment is the card of resurrection. What you thought was dead is coming back to life in a new form. Dreams you abandoned are being revived with fresh possibility. Aspects of yourself you buried are rising to the surface, asking to be integrated. Relationships you mourned are being restored or replaced with better versions. This is divine power breathing life into what felt finished. The appearance of judgment in your reading tells me that you're being called. The universe has an assignment for you. You have a role to play that only you can fulfill. Your unique gifts, your specific experiences, your particular perspective. These are needed in the world right now, and divine timing has prepared you to step into this calling with confidence. What I find profound is that judgment comes after the Ten of Pentacles. You're not just being blessed with material abundance. You're being entrusted with spiritual responsibility. The universe is giving you resources and a mission. Your prosperity has purpose. Your success serves something beyond yourself. You're being raised up to lift others. Judgment also represents forgiveness on a cosmic level. Past mistakes are being wiped clean. Karmic debts are being paid. Ancestral patterns are being broken. You're being given a fresh start not just in circumstances, but in your soul. The divine is saying, whatever happened before doesn't define what happens next. You're being reborn into a new identity that reflects your highest self. Cancer. This judgment card is confirming that divine power has intervened on your behalf exactly as the reading promised. You're not creating this transformation through willpower alone. The universe has stepped in with supernatural support, orchestrating circumstances, moving obstacles, and opening pathways that human effort couldn't accomplish. You have heavenly backing right now. Eighth card, and I just got the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness, Cancer, do you see what's happening here? The Wheel of Fortune is pure divine timing, destiny, and cycles of luck turning in your favor. After judgment awakens you to your calling, The Wheel of Fortune shows that fate is conspiring to make it happen. You're entering a lucky period where everything flows with ease. The Wheel of Fortune represents changing fortunes and the turning point where what was difficult becomes easy. Where what was blocked becomes open. Where what was delayed becomes immediate. The universe is spinning the wheel, and it's landing on your number right now. This is your time. This is your season. This is your moment of divine favor. I'm seeing that you've been in a challenging cycle for a while. Maybe it felt like nothing was working out. Like you couldn't catch a break. Like every time you moved forward, something pushed you back. That cycle is ending. The wheel is turning in the opposite direction. Now and you're about to experience a run of good fortune. That feels almost magical. What makes the Wheel of Fortune so powerful is that it represents events beyond your control working in your favor. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to manipulate anything. You don't have to struggle to make things happen. The universe is handling it for you. Doors are opening effortlessly. Opportunities are presenting themselves naturally. People are showing up at exactly the right time. Circumstances are aligning in ways that feel ordained. The Wheel of Fortune is also about karma. What you've been putting out is coming back multiplied. The good you've done when nobody was watching is being rewarded publicly. The kindness you extended without expectation is being returned abundantly. The universe has been keeping track of your character, and now you're receiving the karmic payment for who you've been, even when it was hard. I'm also seeing destiny here. You're moving into alignment with what's meant for you. The relationships that are meant to be in your life are coming in. The opportunities that are part of your life path are opening up. The experiences that will shape your future are being arranged. There's a sense of rightness, of fate, of divine orchestration that makes you feel like you're finally in the flow of life instead of swimming against it. The Wheel of Fortune after judgment is showing me that once you awaken to your purpose, the universe mobilizes all resources to support that purpose. Your calling isn't just a spiritual idea. It's backed by divine timing that creates the circumstances for your calling to manifest in reality. This is the intersection of heaven and earth working together on your behalf. Ninth card now, and I'm pulling the Seven of Swords. Now this card might seem odd in a reading about improvement, but let me tell you what I'm seeing. The Seven of Swords represents strategy, cleverness, and moving in silence. In this context, it's showing me that you need to be strategic about your next moves and protect your plans from people who don't have your best interests at heart. The Seven of Swords is telling you that not everyone needs to know what you're doing. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams and plans. As you move into this period of total transformation, there will be people who question you, doubt you, or try to discourage you. Some people are invested in you staying who you were because your growth threatens their comfort. I'm seeing that the divine is giving you wisdom to be selective about what you share and who you share it with. This isn't about being secretive or deceptive. This is about protection. You're being guided to move in silence while you build, to keep your peace while you grow, to guard your energy while you transform. Let your results speak louder than your announcements. The Seven of Swords can also indicate that you're being strategic in how you extract yourself from situations that no longer serve you. You're planning your exit carefully. You're being smart about how you transition. You're using wisdom to navigate change in ways that minimize drama and maximize your success. This is intelligent movement, not impulsive reaction. What I find interesting is that the Seven of Swords appears after the Wheel of Fortune. As luck turns in your favor and opportunities open up, you need to be discerning about which opportunities to pursue and who to bring along for the ride. Not every door that opens is meant to be walked through. Not every person who wants in deserves access. The divine is teaching you to use strategy alongside faith. I'm also seeing that the Seven of Swords represents you taking back what's yours. Maybe someone has underestimated you. Maybe someone took credit for your work. Maybe someone dismissed your value. The universe is showing me that you're about to make moves that reclaim your power, your recognition, and your rightful position. And you're doing it so smoothly that by the time they realize what happened, you're already established in your success. This card is about being clever in how you pursue your goals. You don't have to announce every move. You don't have to prove yourself to skeptics. You don't have to justify your choices to people who don't support you. Just do what you need to do quietly, consistently, and let your success be the proof that silence is all doubt. 10th and final card, and I'm pulling the Empress. Cancer. I'm literally getting emotional because this is the perfect card to complete your reading. The Empress represents abundance, fertility, creation, and the full flowering of everything you've been cultivating. This is the universe saying you're about to birth something beautiful into the world. The Empress is pure creative power. She represents the ability to bring ideas into form, to nurture growth, to create beauty and abundance through natural feminine energy. Whether you're male or female, Cancer, you're accessing this receptive, creative, nurturing power that magnetizes blessings and makes everything you touch flourish. I'm seeing that you're entering a highly creative period where inspiration flows easily and your ability to manifest is heightened. What you envision comes to life quickly. What you plant grows rapidly. What you nurture thrives abundantly. You're in alignment with the natural rhythms of creation, and the universe is supporting every seed you sow. The Empress also represents self-love and self-care. After all the pain and transformation, you're finally treating yourself with the tenderness and appreciation you deserve. You're nourishing your body, mind, and spirit. You're surrounding yourself with beauty. You're honoring your needs without guilt. And as you fill your own cup, you overflow with generosity and grace that blesses everyone around you. What's profound about the Empress appearing as your final card is that she represents the fullness of life. Not just success in one area, but wholeness across all areas. Love, creativity, prosperity, health, beauty, joy, all of it coming together in harmonious abundance. You're not sacrificing one thing to get another. You're having it all because you've done the inner work to become capable of holding it all. The Empress. After the Seven of Swords shows me that your strategic moves and protective boundaries are creating the safe space for you to bloom. By being selective about who gets access to you and wise about how you spend your energy, you're preserving your resources for what truly matters, your own growth and the creation of your dream life. Cancer, the Empress is confirming that you are pregnant with possibility right now. You're carrying the seeds of your future success, and they're about to be born into the world. Everything you've been through was preparation for this birthing process. The pain was labor. The waiting was gestation. And now it's time to deliver what you've been creating. So let me bring this all together for you. Cancer, because the story these cards tell is absolutely beautiful. You started with complete endings and heartbreak that felt devastating. The 10 of Swords and 3 of Swords showed you hitting rock bottom and experiencing real pain. But that pain was divine intervention removing what was blocking your destiny. Then the 8 of Pentacles and 8 of Cups showed you redirecting your energy into yourself. You started building skills, developing mastery, and having the courage to walk away from what no longer served you. You chose growth over comfort, and that choice is what opened the door to everything coming next. The 6 of Cups brought healing and the return of joy. As you released pain, you reclaimed happiness. As you forgave, you freed yourself to receive love. Then the 10 of Pentacles showed up, promising complete abundance and lasting prosperity as the reward for your transformation. Judgment awakened you to your purpose and gave you divine calling. The Wheel of Fortune confirmed that destiny is on your side and luck is turning in your favor. The 7 of Swords taught you to be strategic and protect your blessings, and the Empress promises the full flowering of everything you've been cultivating. Cancer, you are minutes away from total success. The divine has interceded on your behalf. Everything you've been through was preparing you for what's coming next. Your total improvement isn't just about one area of life getting better. It's a complete transformation of your entire reality from the inside out. The universe is asking you to receive what's coming with open arms. Don't question if you deserve it. Don't doubt if it's real. Don't sabotage your blessings with fear or old patterns. You've earned this through every tear, every struggle, every moment you chose to keep going when giving up seemed easier. Your success is inevitable now, Cancer. It's already done in the spiritual realm, and now it's manifesting in the physical. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Trust the divine power that has been working on your behalf even when you couldn't see it. You are so loved. You are so supported. You are so blessed. Everything is about to change for the better, and you're going to look back on this moment as the turning point when your entire life shifted into alignment with your highest destiny. The total improvement is here.